I try to be very respectful though when I'm abroad.
Amalia, this movie is about kind of something that we've all experienced working in media, which is that kind of late 2000s, 2010s kind of stunt documentary. What made you want to make this movie and tell this story?
Well, I think the kernel of the story for me was the plantations getting like sprayed all the time with like Monsanto, like the pesticides and all that stuff. And that was in the back of my brain for a few years. And then obviously I have a lot of friends who have worked in that sort of industry, etc. And I think at one point the whole story crystallized in my mind that that's how these two worlds meet. It's like my background and like my current life and like all the friends that I have working in that industry. And that was sort of the vehicle to like show that story.
Chloë, what was it like getting attached to this project?
So I kind of came on board pretty early on. And was just really impressed with Amalia and her knowledge of filmmaking and her interests. And we started having conversations and she sent me the script, a couple of different drafts, the story that she wanted to tell. I thought it was really relevant to the times. And
I mean, what a timely piece right now to talk about kind of Americans not understanding their impact on a place when they go and say, we're actually doing something really good. You should be grateful.
For sure. I mean, like, I remember, because we had shot in this like pretty small town in Argentina. So I remember like, going to go get a coffee and I have my sunglasses on. I'm like, I'm in a movie. And then like I see everyone looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? But I think that, there's so much nuanced kind of like ethnocentrism, I feel like, as an American, no matter where you go, that even if you're so well-intentioned and you really mean well, there's like sort of these like little slippy slides that you just kind of fall into.
I want everyone to see this film. I would be remiss if I didn't use this time to ask you this question, Chloë. You were a part of a David Lynch-inspired photo shoot. He recently passed. Could you just talk about his legacy? And Amalia, too, if you have any moments where you go, oh my gosh, that really changed me as a filmmaker when it comes to the legacy of David Lynch.
I mean, he was just like a god. I think that what I love most about Lynch, more than even like his imagery and what he did, was just that how he focused on female characters. And I think that's always what I like most respected about him as a female, how interested he was in women and really had them at the forefront of all of his movies. And I really respected him for that because a lot of people of his generation, especially male filmmakers, weren't focusing on female characters.
I did meet him in person once and I really liked how he carried himself and how easy he was to deal with, and it was very inspiring because usually I had met like older artists his age that were like not that nice and like a bit of a yeah, exactly. But he was so awesome, so it made me feel good and like it was an inspiration to like how to be and how to like be an artist, and yeah, I think he was very relevant.